Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I completely broke the seal. That's happened multiple times now with other podcasts. I gotta figure this out. I'm probably gonna get some Depends and wear some fucking adult diapers or something, or just time my breaking the seal problem. Yeah, because I've had other podcasts where I film for an hour and a half and no issues, but Paige, sorry, I fucked up my timing on my pee schedule.
I had to pee.
You had to pee too? Okay, cool. All right, where did we leave off? You were talking about some person who has a lot of fake stuff going on, but you said like it looks great on the surface, but they don't have like an actual fucking like
well, like,
genuine,
and I mean, like, I don't know them at their
whatever.
core. They're like just a TikToker or whatever, but like, I don't know them at themselves. But what it looks like to me is that they're very fake, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's so real, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I constantly think I'm like, "Well, I could do this, and I could be even realer," you know?
All
Like,
right.
okay, you want to look at what real life's like? It's like also being the most like broke person in the room, like, and pretending to be the richest person in the room. Like, that's like another thing that you can always be like.
Pretend to be broke. I mean, sorry.
But it's like there's credit cards, there's shit like that. Like, you can always be the richest person in the room.
That's true. You can always fake it for sure. Yes, but hey, a moment ago you're chatting with me when I rolled off the air here. But you said you want to talk about your work more a little bit. Like what were you trying to say there?
I mean, like, that's like a very much my biggest thing in my life is my work and the people I work like with and that work for us and all of those things. So yeah, I mean, Belmont Diner is like super cool. It's like my first job I've ever had. So I work for
It's a trendy diner place for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And
hey, I recommend it for sure, guys. Like,
it's the best.
Hit it up.
And I'm being so absolutely biased when I say this because you
show notes will have the Instagram page, addresses, and everything. Okay.
But I mean, it's like very much is the best breakfast in the city. It corrupts you for the rest of your life. You can't have, I go to Banff for the weekend. I'm like, there's not good breakfast in Banff right now. And like,
hold on, Paige. I was going to ask you then. Okay, so what's your schedule like then? Because you have to get up super early then to go to work.
Yeah, so our diner opens at 7 a.m. So I'm there at 6:45, 6:30 some days.
Okay. In
the morning.
So you have to get up every day at 5.
Yeah, okay. About 5. I mean, so my boyfriend lives super close to the restaurant, so I'm usually up about 6 a.m. to work at the diner for my.
Okay, so are you in bed by 10 p.m. every night?
I hope so.
Okay.
I've had days where like I've been in bed at 4 a.m. and I have to be at work at 6:45. I don't repeat those days. That's for sure. I've probably had 2 or 3 in the last like 6-7 years that I've worked there that I've had those moments. But it's if I could ever recommend anything is if you work like it's a blessing to work during the day. It is. You might make a little less money than you do at night for sure. But like just tips wise,
but your days you're done work.
You're
by
done
1,
work like a normal human fucking being,
and you got up early, and you literally have this whole day now.
Yeah,
to
like some nights some days I'm off at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
So like I have a whole day from noon. Like on my days off, I don't get up till noon, so I have a whole day from noon forward that I can just like enjoy my day.
Man, I think honestly that's a better way to go because like every time I've ever woken up super early. Like, it's strange. You're actually done everything you need to get done. No matter how you try to shape it, move it, maneuver it, say, okay, maybe I'll do this thing later. It's like just so productive in the morning. I think the human body is meant to be productive in the morning.
I agree.
Like, I really
and I mean,
believe that. Like,
I work very hard on like all of my like scheduling and stuff like that at the diner. So like the reason why I work 6:45 to 12 in like there's another shift that's like either 9 to close or 10 to close. It's an easier shift. You get up later, you're a little bit happier and brighter to be there. But the reason why I work earlier in the morning is it's slower in the morning. I can get a lot of things done. Work on my laptop, stuff like that. Well, there's like less customers in the building. And also you have like your regulars. You see a lot of your regulars in the morning, stuff like that.
Who are the kind of regulars that end up at a diner? Like they're probably even more early birds than you.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like you have like a lot of transients, to be honest with you. Like you have a lot of people that are just like kind of there. You never see them again. You get to know them, and you won't. Maybe you'll see them next week. After that, you won't see them again. But yeah, no, I definitely like. Our regulars very much consist of like oil and gas guys, your meeting type that are having meetings at 8 a.m. They're coming in. Our regulars consist of everything. I don't know what the other diner. So like we have another one in Aspen Landing. So like that one is a different kind of style of customer, even style of server, to be honest with you. True. You don't really see the same people, but yeah, they're interesting people. You get to know them.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm very curious about like just sleep cycles, right? Because like it's people don't, the older you get, you realize how important sleep is, right? Like it's literally the foundation of your health. You know, like all the healing goes on there, all the muscle building goes on there. It's like, but you know, like because you're young also, so like your friends are doing the opposite schedule.
Opposite, 100%.
So that you're always like, oh,
my
I'm
friends
old.
are
I'm
going
in
to
bed
bed
by
at 4
9.
a.m.
Yeah, and you're in
and
bed
I'm
at
up
9.
2 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. So like is that? Do you feel like you're missing out? Do you get any FOMO or anything? Fucking
No.
Good answer. There's no
but
FOMO.
that's because like I just don't enjoy the club. When I was single, the club was my like, you know, stomping like place. Like I love that place. But right now, like going to the club when you have a boyfriend, is fucking shitty. Like every guy's hitting on you. You're like, well, I'm going home and I'm seeing my boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, like
great, bro. I'm gonna start at level 1 again.
Yeah,
like, I'm already level 10 in this video game, but I'll start at level 1 for you.
So like that's like super annoying.
What is that? You're insecure and you don't know what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah,
okay, great.
like
I'll keep chatting with you.
Yeah.
Fucking embarrassing.
But
oh man.
No, I don't have FOMO. I don't think like a lot of my girlfriends like that I'm very close with still like go out, you know, every weekend, Friday, Saturday. They like still have degrees and all those things. It's very enjoyable for them. But like I said, like you said at the beginning of this podcast, like I'm a very old soul and I always have been. You know, even back in the day when I was like dating, you know, this guy and he was like constantly going out, partying, drinking every fucking moment. Like we're going to the club, we're hanging out with all the people we know at the club. It's like that was super fun for me at the time. Now it's like I'd rather have dinner and drinks and like get wasted, if that makes sense to anyone.
Yeah, you're old.
You know, like I'd rather
That's
have
old
dinner and
people.
drinks and like I'd rather pay $150 for dinner and like a bottle of wine than go to the club and spend $150 on like people who don't give a fuck about me. And that's like
it has its time and place, but you start to realize it's true. Like I mean, like it like because at the end of the day, the club back in the day, like I bartended at nightclubs for years, by the way, and like so I've observed the shit out of people and myself. But yeah, the club world, it's literally for guys who are trying to hook up or for girls who want to go out dancing with their friends.
Yeah,
it's really like it's one of those two things. But if you're not trying to hook up, then you're trying to dance with your friends. You're gonna get all these guys hitting on you trying to hook up, and it just gets fucking annoying, right? It's kind of a weird, like you have to be in the perfect point in your life to utilize the need for something like that. Otherwise, it is a lost
like when
ground,
I was at that perfect point in my life where like you could party, like I didn't have a boyfriend, I was fresh out of high school, all of these things, and it was like the prime time to party for my life. I was like so sad when I came home from the club.
So your soul yearned for a more family dynamic, ultimately.
Yeah, like I was so sad. Like I was just like I would come home and like all these guys would hit on me all night and like, oh my god, you're so hot, you're this, you're that, like let me take you home, like blah blah blah. And then I would get home and I'd be like,
okay, easy now, Paige.
No, but I'd be like,
ego is just
I'm like, I'd be home alone at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Alone, like that's me. I'm the only one paying my rent. I'm the only one paying any of my groceries.
It's superficial.
Like,
it's
so superficial, and it's so sad. And I'm like,
I sorry to interrupt there,
no,
because as someone who bartended in that industry for like 5-6 years there when I was in my fucking early 20s, it was like I feel like it needs to happen though. Like
100%.
Because if you don't go through that, like I've had opposite. I've known people who I literally can't hang out with anymore. I had to exclude them from my life just because there just wasn't enough, like chemistry style. There just nothing was bonding us no more. Like I had this one buddy he was a complete dork, right? And he bypassed that entire club phase because he was a dork. Like he was a hardcore super nerd, but and I'm not even gonna say he was a cool nerd because he wasn't. Like he's that nerd that literally annoyed the shit out of you.
Right.
But like, and he got married at a young age, and then but then he started making money, and then when he started making money, he revisited the club scene, if you will, and in his fucking 30s. Right. And I was sitting there like, oh, pretty cool. And he's like, this is what I missed out on the first time around. Anyway, the guy mutated into this complete dirtbag. Like he's like. Literally, and his wife is like just a gem, salt of the earth, like great woman. They have kids, and like, but this guy's just like every weekend banging hookers and this and that. And I was just thinking, like, man, had you just got that out of your system at the right age range, you wouldn't have this weird like. That's why I think the cycle is somewhat appropriate. Like you should party a little bit in your early 20s, get that, because like it is fun, it's super fun. But there's a lot of negatives there. Even you said you felt empty when you went home at night, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but if you understand that feeling's coming, you get that experience in for that period, and then you mature. Like it's almost like it's like reading a book backwards, right? Like my buddy went to the ending first. I'm like, you got to go chapter by chapter,
Yeah.
man. And like, and in the end, he did what he did, and I think he's better now. I lost touch with him, but judging from the way he lied, to his wife and shit during that period, like I'm like pretty sure you're a complete super dirtbag now, but like.
Well,
but,
and like that's the thing. It's like I do like. Don't get me wrong. Do I have moments where I'm like, holy shit, like I'm 20, I'm like super successful for who I am and all those things. Like, do I feel like, am I gonna miss out on like
FOMO.
being 20?
Yeah, FOMO.
Am I gonna miss out? Like I have those moments. It's not even FOMO. Like I don't even have those moments when my girlfriends are all hanging out and going to the club and stuff. But I do feel like it's like, am I missing out on just these like small things where it's like even traveling with your girlfriends? Like. Are we gonna keep traveling? My last and I think that's like a problem that a lot of 20-year-olds have is like, is this the last trip I ever have with my girlfriends when I'm 20? Like I was just in Vancouver with my girlfriends in October, and we came home.
Let me ask you this here. What about those types of experiences would you say make it so gratifying that you say, "Oh, I will never have that again"? Like what's so different about that
Well, for me,
versus
I'm
traveling with, say, your
very,
man or whatever, right?
I'm very like the last time is the last time kind of person. Like I just am like, you never know when the last time is going to be the last time person, and I always have been like that from like my whole life. So with my girlfriends, it's like we're getting older, like they have boyfriends too. So like not only is that in my category to be like I have the boyfriend and blah blah blah, like I'm never traveling with you again. So do they, and like maybe they get married and have kids in the next 3-5 years, and like these trips become slimmer and slimmer as they go along.
I think the key is to look at it from two perspectives. One is like you're fortunate enough to even be able to be wondering about these kind of scenarios
100%.
because a lot of people never even get these opportunities.
No.
But the second one I think is just to realize like at the end of the day, it is just what you make of it.
Yes.
Because you can have it all. You can be like, okay, I whatever, and cleaning up my language here, but I slutted it up in my early 20s, and and it was like mid 20s, I met the guy, and then I got my experience for that thing to not work out. So then the next one became the one that worked out. Blah blah. You could textbook live your life, check all the dots, and still commit suicide at fucking 45, like Kate Spade or whoever.
Yeah.
I don't, again, I'm not saying Kate Spade commits suicide over that, but
that's what I mean.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think with life, it is like a buffet, and you got to realize you got, like in our era, it's like you have a choice of a buffet. So fill your plate up, like do the best choice. The key is to have the plate full, okay? And then make peace with your choice because there's too many choices. Like we're at a point now there's just too many choices. Yeah. So you're gonna always feel like you're gonna be second, but the key is just don't second guess. Like fill your plate up, consume your plate.
I definitely think that a lot of people that I don't know, I think that they are always constantly like searching for the next best thing. Constantly searching what's better. Even I'm a huge relationship person where I'm like, like there could be something better. Like there could be a million times better, blah, blah, blah. It's like even long distance relationships, like I dated a guy forever and like he was amazing and all of these things and all of a sudden.
Sorry, Paige, move your chair in for a second. Yeah, it's completely falling off the angle of the camera here. Paige, go on, yeah.
Anyways, he was like, at my beliefs, I was like, he's the end game, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess fucking what? He wasn't fucking end game. I'm dating someone else now, all of these things. But for everyone else, they constantly were like, oh my God, like this is who you are. This is what you're going to be. This is everything that you've ever dreamed of, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I look back on those experiences and I'm like, that wasn't everything I ever dreamed of. Even when I went to Europe this summer, like for 2 months, that was everything I've ever fucking dreamed of. Mm-hmm. To be completely honest with you, that's the moment where I was like, this is everything for me.
Paige, is very interesting because like this podcast, for instance, like I'm really gonna be curious, like even 6-7 years from now, like you rewatch this episode, you're gonna watch your own personal growth, and
I agree.
And you're gonna be like, wow, like oh, can't believe I thought like that or whatever, But no, like I think this is awesome, and and in the end, I don't know, like it's refreshing. Like maybe I sound like literally like an ancient grandpa here, but I enjoy talking to young people like you. You know, like it keeps things
I
in
enjoy talking to
perspective,
people
you
like
know?
you know,
The-
like I enjoy like being on the same level as everyone that's like 30. Like I don't
It
feel
seems
like
kind of
holy
weird
fucking
though.
shit, I'm old, like fuck you, Shawn, I don't want to talk to you. Like no,
Um,
I like love absorbing your information. Though like that's like
Oh, but it goes both ways because like people don't realize you have to constantly be interfacing with the world. Like otherwise you get stuck in your ways, and then next thing you know it, you're that guy rocking a mullet thinking it's the same haircut. And
that's
like,
been
oh,
going on for 20
because I
years.
fucking like it. No, bro, it's because you did put zero thought into the next move, into that or whatever. Anyway, I don't know, but no, but it's like I enjoy what I'm doing now, particularly because like the whole point of this podcast is to just like keep meeting people and talking to them, right? Because like I get my most growth out of talking to people, you know,
100%.
yeah,
Which is
it's
why
like,
you enjoy it. Like, sorry, but this is why you enjoy. Not even sorry. I don't know why I just apologize, but why you enjoy the service industry and like why you worked in the
that's
service
true.
industry. I like, you know, I couldn't be who I am as a server if I didn't enjoy like humans at their
Yes.
core. You know, like people are always like, why are you a psych major? I'm like, well, look at my life. Like, why do you think I'm a psych major? I sit at bars all the time. You know, I enjoy my time serving people. I see these transient people that are like, I had the other day a customer, which is like so sad. Not the other day, this is like 4 months ago, but I had a customer. She came in and she was like super distraught, like all day. You could kind of tell, like not
In
all
the
day.
diner?
Yeah, in the diner. She
So
was
at
there for
5
2
a.m.
hours.
she was like,
Yeah, for like 2 hours. She was kind
Crazy.
of like distraught or whatever. And anyways, another customer, so she's sitting in the corner of the bar, another two, like a couple comes in and they're dressed in 50s gear. So I have a lot of 50s people, interested people coming to the diner because it's
Yeah.
50s themed.
Mm.
Anyways, so they come in, whatever, and so the couple and this woman start chatting with each other. And the woman asked me, she was like, are you serving booze yet? And I was like, 20 minutes. Like, I'll serve you booze in 20 minutes. Like, we don't start serving booze till 9 a.m. And
I
she
need
was,
my mimosa.
yeah, right. And so, but at its core, she, like what she, so I saw them like a couple minutes later. One of my regulars, Andrea, she started talking to her and she said to her, she was like, oh, like, why are you here? And blah, blah, blah. And she was like, tomorrow I'm going in for my double mastectomy. I have breast cancer. It's in stage like whatever 4. And she was going to die.
Heavy.
She's going to die. And so she comes
How old
into
was she roughly?
she couldn't have been like 60. She was maybe in her 50s. So she comes into the diner. She has her breakfast. She's got 4 Caesars in front of her. I'm serving her all day. So Andrea, my regular, starts this conversation with her, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I hear her over say, you know, I'm in stage 4 cancer, like breast cancer. Like I'm going for a double mastectomy. Like I may lose my life. And so for me as a psych major, how incredible is it to watch these two people? You know, Andrea's is a lawyer. She's a retired lawyer or whatever. And this woman I've never met before. And now they're going to interact. And Andrea and straight, like, you know, I paid for her meal that day and all those things, and I cried my eyes out that day. But I said to Andrea, I'm like, she said, I'm going to go meet this woman at the hospital next week when she goes and gets her double mastectomy because she has no one else in her life.
Interesting.
She's got no one else. So Andrea, my regular, who I've talked to for the last 7 years of my life every day about her husband and how she loves Bailey's and a vanilla milkshake and all these things. And now she's going to provide herself as like a lawyer for this woman who's now getting her fucking tits chopped off like for her the rest of her life. She's never ever going to be the same. So those are the people I see in my, like, I see my day to day, like 100%. I have a regular, he comes in every Wednesday. I believe
there's something honest about people coming to like a hospitality industry place like
100%.
that. Like you get to see them like this is who they are when they didn't say what they want to think in the boardroom, right?
Well,
like
you won't.
Like that's one of the things I just
you
realized.
won't even say to your family.
No,
like you
exactly.
won't even say
Dude,
this to your family, but you would say it to a waitress.
The amount of interesting people I've talked to where like I've had interesting conversations and like in my mind I'm like these are honest conversations because like they've had like fucking like 5 beers and like they're just pouring it out now. And I get this perspective where I'm like, how do I give this up? Like this bartending world is like in just serving in general, like it is like it is a vortex into like true human nature.
It is, and you
and
see the most incredible people.
Also some of the most fucking shitty people.
Shitty people.
You know, but you see the whole gamut, and I was kind of like, it's just something I realized. I'm like, hey, I gotta pursue this in its own light. But like, you know, like for a career here in you know, combining the podcasting with the bar coming up. By the way, should be open in March. We should be open in March.
So
hoping
exciting.
to open in March. Hoping to open in March. Some construction delays again. I'm getting pretty stressed out about. But yeah, but anyway, should be open in March. This whole thing will be, the studio will be in the bar. And yeah, and I would love to have you on as a guest, whoever's listening here. I would love to chat with you. Like, sorry, Paige, I lost my train of thought, man. But,
no, what we were just saying is in the industry is like,
yeah, the industry has a lot of valuable points with interacting with people, seeing them for real, like,
yes.
like spiritually naked, if you
Yes.
will, like they're just showing you who you are.
Well, and like
you know?
I legitimately
like,
think like when people are like, oh wow, you're not a spiritual person, you're this and that, and like blah blah blah. Like, I have half a psychology fucking degree. Like, you know, I'm gonna finish this shit, and I see every single day these people who are weak, who don't seek anyone else but you. And, you know, my boyfriend says every single day I come home from work and I am fucking burnt out some days. Like, so burnt out.
Yes.
It's visible in my face. Like, I don't even want to, like, I don't want to go tomorrow. And he always says, he's like, you know, you provide something to, like, and that, and I want to say that to every service industry people across the world.
You are their
like,
unpaid psychologist.
You are. And like,
Yeah.
you are their person. They show up every fucking day to see you, as alcoholic as they is, as fucking mentally ill as they are, blah, 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 blah. Like, you are their person. I have so many people every single day that show up and like just talk to me. They don't even care. They just want to know, you know, how were your grocery shopping last night? Like, they don't give a fuck.
It's so sad to realize that so many people have lost the ability to like talk to people, that it's like their bartender is their main point of contact. Now, I find that flattering too, because like I've chatted with some interesting folks as well, and it's it's also why I chose to do this, what I'm doing now, because I felt like I have something here. I need to
and you
capitalize on
do,
it.
like, you absolutely do have something.
I can bring things out of people that they didn't even admit to themselves.
Yeah, you know? And they feel a comfortability with you. Like, they do.
I know what it is. Yeah, because I like, deep down, I'm a good guy. I'm not perfect, but like I care. I care about the people I interview. I really do. You know, it's like, and just people I chat with. Like, I literally, almost to a fault sometimes. You know, like I'll have to catch myself and be like, I got 5 people sit down. I actually gotta serve them.
Yeah, I gotta serve everyone else in the bar.
My bad.
Well, and like, that's even like my problem. Like, I had a staff meeting a couple months ago, and you know, I started the staff meeting, and I said to all my staff, I said, you know, and I'm not a cook, so it's very interesting at the diner because I'm GM.
Wait, can you cook at all, or?
Oh yeah, baby, I can cook a fucking restaurant. I can poach some eggs now. But anyways, what I said to my staff, at their meeting, I said, you know, like, what I don't want this meeting to come across as is that I'm the worst fucking boss on the planet. Fuck you. I fucking know everything. I've never worked a day in your fucking position, but I'm going to tell you what to fucking do. That's what I never want my staff meetings to come across as.
Dear diary, Paige was a bitch today. I am so triggered. God, I hate Paige.
So what I said to my staff,
Paige complimented my shoes. She's the best. Next page. I'm bipolar. That was my diary.
What I said to my staff was, like, when I sat them down, I was like, listen, guys, like, I'm not the fucking perfect server on the planet. I make fucking mistakes. I gotta put that manager code in once in a while, void some shit. Like, I have been in those positions. I know I'm not the best server on the planet. But what I do know is that, like, what our diners provide to the common Calgarian is very important. Yeah. Like, very, very important. And I know that I'm not the perfect fucking server, and I know that, like, you know, our GM at Aspen, not the perfect fucking server. But we're providing something to everyone else that we don't get. Our servers don't get. All of these things don't get. Like, but we're just serving a bar, and these people that have come off their night shifts as nurses. You know, even in COVID, I am serving a fucking bar full of people who have just worked while they watched their people. Like, for comparison, my customers are dying. For them, their customers are dying. You know, I am serving these people in COVID. So that's really important. Like, I think no matter what, I have fucking shitty days where I'm like, holy shit, fuck these people, fuck this restaurant, fuck all the, you know, fuck my boss. Like, I fucking hate everything. I don't want to be here anymore. Could I move on? Absolutely. You can always move on.
What would you say your limit is for that? Do you think, because what I mean by that is, I find that the problem with the bar game and the hospitality industry, like it is almost like your primary care workers, where like sometimes people are just overworked, man. Like I think there needs to be.
I do a very good job at Belmont to like not overwork our employees.
I do think like what I know, like, so share your opinion on this matter, but you know, I'm about to open my own bar here, but man, I'm going to try my fucking darndest to why did I say darndest all of a sudden? Like I'm going to try my fucking best.
You're fucking
swear.
old,
I'm going
Shawn. You're old all
use swear
of a
words if I want. But like I really think people they need at least that 2 days off a week consistent. Like a 2 in weekend. A row, like, you know, because
so for my employees,
noticed my ability to because I'm only human as well, but my ability to,
and so are your employees.
Yeah,
your employees are only fucking human.
Like we like I'm best able to absorb people's energies and then optimize my contribution when I'm optimizing my own rest, right? You know, like that's just something. But obviously our industry doesn't always fucking provide that because it's too go. Someone quit, someone's sick. Labor's up here, like you have to work 7-10 days straight, 14 days straight. It's like, yeah, you know.
What I will tell you is you have like, okay, so for our restaurant, we have very core employees. So for example, like the end of the day, like your management, and like you'll learn this once you open your own bar, like you are management.
In a month, hopefully. Month and a half, hopefully.
Yeah. So you're management, like
owner.
No matter, yeah. So, but for me, like I'm very close to the like owner. Like I'm very much, there's no one beyond me kind of thing. So for me, I never, ever, ever, ever want my employees to feel any more overworked than I do. So that's
Lead by example.
So that's kind of like, yes, exactly. So that's kind of where I kind of hit my core values with the restaurant, is that if I'm overworked and my employee is overworked, it kind of makes it equal. You know, they're still fucking making money. They're like, I never ever want an employee to come here and be like, oh my God, I'm so fucking overworked. I'm fucking the worst. Like, holy shit. You want to know what? I'm paying you. You're here. You're making tips. You're not doing it for fucking free. So find another job that will make you do it for fucking free. And there you go. Like, that's like, that's at the end of the day. Everyone's getting paid. So fucking am I. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting paid too. So let's make it work and we'll figure it out. So when an employee kind of is like, well, fuck you, I'm not getting paid enough. It's like, well, fuck you. You are getting paid enough. And I'm also getting paid like just the same as you, essentially, at its core. I'm being paid to do what you're doing. So are you. And like, that's kind of how I run. I'm very close with my staff. I hang out with my staff outside of work and all of those things. But they know that they're not being like, it's not for free what they're doing.
You're in the trenches with them.
Yes.
And
I am there every day. And I think that's what it is like as management, is that like if you're not there every single day, then like it's very easy for your staff. It's really easy for your staff to be like, yo, Shawn, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're not here every day. You know, like, fuck you. You're not here every day. You don't know what it's like. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm there 5 days a week on the floor, if not 6-7 days a week. So if my cook, who's working 7 days, 1 day off, 7 days, 1 day off, is working the same as me as management, 7 days, 1 day off.
That attitude maturity though, it when you find that right attitude in someone, like fuck, you gotta harness that, man. Like it's getting harder and harder to find personally.
Well, and that's where you give raises and stuff like that. You know, like our lead cook, like he's amazing. He's worked at,
but even that, like you want to find someone that they get it without needing the raise. You know what I mean? Like the raise 100%. Will be because you realize at the end of the day, look, we're all trying to make money, but this is your way of contributing to the world. You know, otherwise you're just taking from the world, right? Sorry, Paige. Okay, we're at 30 minutes here. We did almost like 50 minutes there.
I know.
I'm gonna cap this thing right here. Okay. So Paige Jervis, okay, boss lady down at the Belmont Diner in Mardaloop, and there's also a sister spot over at Aspen Landing. So definitely check them out. I've been there a bunch. Great food, great milkshakes, by the way.
Amazing.
Amazing stuff. Yeah.
They're OG milkshakes.
If you're an early bird, hit up your Belmont Diner, Still love your local Denny's and whatever else and your Tim Hortons but hit up Belmont Diners.
Yeah.
They're amazing. And we'll put all their addresses, everything on the show notes there. Paige, you got anything left to say to the people?
No, I just thank everyone for coming into any restaurant ever because it's so special.
Cool. All right, okay, yeah. Give this podcast a like and follow. And sorry, I broke this up in 2 pieces. I totally had to go pee in the middle of the
I
first
totally
one.
had to piss.
All right, okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you. Well, Shawn,